Oh, hold on, guys. I did a little mishap there. Um, all right, now we're about to be ready. She said sound smooth, put the city on a vibe with that justice in her name is where the truth comes alive. From the headlines to the plot, she's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with the beat and a sound. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories untold. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. A calm in the storm with that urban kick. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories untold. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the storm with that urban kick. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories untold. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. She paints the shades that aren't black or white. In the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories untold. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Yes, guys, we are back in the building. Welcome, everyone to Theodicy Podcast. Yes, it's a pleasure, y'all, that I'm back in the building with you guys, of course. And like I said, welcome back to Theodicy Podcast with, of course, your girl Word and the First Lady OG. We are back in the building, and I would love to give a shout out to my subscribers, my replay gang, my Bush watchers, and last but not least, my moderators, because I definitely can't do this without you guys. Like, you guys are so amazing. We got Sonia, one of my greatest moderators, alongside all the other greatest moderators that I have that just stay in tune with me and drop me comments and just leave me messages, topics to talk about. I appreciate you guys so very much. And yeah, you guys already know I'm just happy to be here. We got a lot to talk about though. What I got to talk about though is so sad, but I'm definitely just happy to be in a building with you guys, of course. And with that being said, don't forget to go subscribe to Marta the Smarter. Yes, Marta the Smarter, virtual assist, and she deals with everything else. So if you are a first time content creator, you've been content creating and you're looking for ways now to put out content, or trying to figure out a way to put out content as a new content creator, trust and believe me, tune in to Smarter the Smarter at 10:01 a.m. If you are a person that has been working for a very long period of time and now you want to do something else to have other time for yourself, then please check her out because she does do work from home. She does do work from home. And of course, I have the First Lady OG in the building. And she always loves to talk to her people. And so I'm going to let her talk to you guys. Of course, you already know. First Lady OG.
Hey, everybody. I just was trying to post for you guys. How's everybody doing? Welcome back, I should say. Peace, love, and light to everyone. I am the First Lady, the OG, and I am also considered the voice. The voice for me stands for the visualizer of opportunity for inner cities everywhere. With that being said, please make sure that you connect with me in order to be a part of Auntie House, which is a nonprofit organization that is being constructed as we speak to help the youth in the neighborhoods most needed. And we already know where those places are, y'all. And 9 times out of 10 is where we come from. So definitely give me a follow here. I am Auntie House. No S on the Auntie, just Auntie House here on YT. And Hollis Voice, um, First Lady OG pretty much everywhere else on any other platform. So please make sure that you follow me there. If you are interested in becoming a voice and part of the community to help or be a part of building, please make sure that you DM me or send me your Gmail to be part of the Voices community. With that being said, make sure y'all check out Marta the Smarter here on YT, and also check out True Crime Stories with Savage Royalty ENT. She is also here Monday through Friday on YT, and I believe her and Marta are the same time. But the only thing that we love about YouTube, that's why we love you so much, YouTube, you can go back. If you watch one, you can go back and check the other. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you follow. They are family, and I will put their links in the comments as well.
Yes, you heard it right here. So, guys, let's jump right in. As you guys know, this is one of the stories that we did cover. It was very minimal on how we covered it. I want to dive back in just based on everything that has been taking place. And I want to give a special shout outs to Sonia, my moderator, because she's one of those people that definitely always taps in, always drops in to
Look at
just
the
have the
alignment. Hey, Sonia.
Hey,
The
Sonya
alignment is
good.
real. What's up, boo? How we just gonna call your name and you just gonna pop in like that?
That's what I'm talking about. You already know the alignment is so very real. First Lady OG. Yes, we got Sonia in the building, and of course, like I was saying, I just want to thank her so much because when she sees different things, she's always just dropping her insight, putting things in the comments, and one of those things is based on Allie Carter. And yes, we spoke about Allie Carter, like I said, but we spoke about Allie Carter very briefly. I never got a chance to really get into depth with Allie Carter, which we were supposed to. But guess what we're going to do? We're about to go through getting a little bit in depth with Allie Carter. And the funniest thing about it is because Sonia 2 and 2, right? You know, 1 + 1 = 2 type situation. Um, the video that was definitely sent out definitely gives you insight to a lot of what she was saying, had a lot of truth to it because she spoke on a lot of things before it even taken place, and she spoke on the reason of it happening and why it would happen and take place, right? And so now fast forward, we are where, what is that? Southern California is on fire, and we're talking about houses is on blaze, elites, people who ever lived in Malibu, Palisades, like it's crazy. It everything is on fire, right? So now before I go any further and do any more commentary, let's hear from Allie Carter herself. And shout out to you, Sonia. I appreciate you so very much. So let me go ahead and share this screen, and you guys let me know in the chat if you can actually hear and if the audio is clear, okay? So we're just going to dive in real quick to Allie Carter. And this was previously before the fires even took place. As of right now, we're hearing it on the news, it's all over social media. But when she spoke on these particular things taking place, she spoke on it prior to it happening. And fast forward, like I said, is actually happening. So we're gonna dive into Ali Carter and hear what she has to say. And let me know if you guys can actually hear, okay? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me mute up. Let me come back and let me mute myself really quick.
Explosions make accidental fires too, and then oops, we don't know how that happened, and then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something, that's tied to something, that's tied to something, that's tied to trafficking, and then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire, it wasn't an accident. How many things does it take? If people can get in the streets over a convict, why the hell can't people get in the streets over the children? What is going to fuel your rage for the children? Why are you waiting on a release to fuel your rage?
I don't know if it's me or not, but it sounds terrible to
You
me.
should, like, we are talking about kids, huh? What?
First lady, you said you couldn't hear it clear.
No, not at all. Did it sound good to you, Sonia? It's like
Sonia said it. Sonia said the video is moving fast. Okay,
like
so
it
let's
sounds
go back.
like it sounds like you're like you fast forwarding it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep myself unmuted. I'm gonna go back. Okay, hold on.
A lot's about to come out. Another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Mm-hmm. Explosions make accidental fires too, and then oops, we don't know how that
No good, no good, no good.
happened. Something that's tied to something that's tied to trafficking.
I don't quite understand why it's not being heard. I don't quite. Okay, let's see something else. Let's see something. Give me 1 second, guys, because I really want you guys to be able to hear it for yourself. First Lady OG, tell me what you hear now. Let's see. Let me know if it's not coming out to be.
Accident. How many things does it take? If people can get in the streets over a convict, why the hell can't people get in the streets over the children? What is going to fuel your rage?
Same thing. No good.
No good. Okay. Let's go back. Let's back out. Okay. So I don't really know what's happening with the sound, but what I will do is this, because what you want to hear is
What are you
actually
playing it off of?
I was actually playing it off of the video itself. So give me a second. I
But
was
I'm saying
actually
off a second device or like how you.
No, I was actually playing it while on um being on StreamYard, where I'm able to share the screen and go into other apps like YouTube or whatever have you and pull
Uh-huh.
up the video. But like I said, it's really just a video of her face. I really want you guys to listen to what is being said. So now I'm gonna go about it a different way. I don't understand why I'm having technical difficulties, but here we go.
A lot's about to come out. Another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Mm-hmm. Explosions make accidental fires too. And then, oops, we don't know how that happened. And then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to trafficking. And then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire. It wasn't an accident. How many things does it take? If people can get in the streets over a convict, why the hell can't people get in the streets over the children? What is going to fuel your rage for the children? Why are you waiting on a release to fuel your rage? People should be like, what the? We're talking about kids? Huh? What? No. Somebody better answer something. How many more kids do you need? How many more need to be swept under the rug? How many more need to be silenced for you to say, oh, enough? It's all of our war.
Let's run that
What are you
back
gonna
real
do to
quick.
fight?
Let's run that back real quick. Let's run that back real quick. I just want to run it back just a bit because I really want you guys to hear exactly what she mentions. And this is way prior before what we're watching right now take place in Southern California.
My A lot's about to come out. Another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Mm-hmm. Explosions make accidental fires too. And then, oops, we don't know how that happened. And then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to trafficking. And then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire. It wasn't an accident. How many things does it take? If people can get in the streets over a convict, why the hell can't people get in the streets over the children? What is going to fuel your rage for the children? Why are you waiting on a release to fuel your rage? People should be like, what the? We're talking about kids? Huh? What? No. Somebody better answer something. How many more kids do you need? How many more need to be swept under the rug? How many more need to be silenced for you to say, oh, enough? It's all of our war. What are you going to do to fight?
And at this point, it's a little description that pops up. And it's basically a description of what she has, of the lawsuits that she has put in.
There are underground tunnels.
Let me say better.
Are under the school.
I'm sorry. Let me say it better. Not even lawsuits. She has filed complaints against certain individuals that were involved in the abuse and things of that nature. So Allie Carter does have paperwork that proves that she did attempt to seek assistance based on all of the things that she went through. That was definitely traumatic. And I know it's a lot on the media, trust and believe me, but when you listen to someone and you listen to them with just a purity and a clear ear, then you understand that the truth is something that is so fluent that when it comes out, it's just it's just what it is. It's just fluent. It's no added extra details. It's nothing of the sort. So with that being said, I'm gonna continue with what she was speaking of as far as the tunnels go.
Schools, elementary, junior, and high schools all over the place. They exist everywhere. You've been in. I'm sorry. You've seen these and in these. Yes. Where do there's? They lead to amusement parks. They lead to hospitals, cemeteries, schools, celebrity homes, psychic shops. They lead everywhere. You mentioned in one of your previous interviews that it's like a whole other world down there. Can you describe it to us? What happens down there? Yes, there's every means of transportation. There's every walk of life. There's cities. There's different air supply. There's at 15, my pimp put me on an order to go to the Getty, Los Angeles, California Museum. I was told I was going to walk through a field trip. I was taken with another girl. I call a friend of mine, and we were put in dresses and sandals. We were taken in a sports car. We're not taken in a sports car. We pulled up to the museum in a sports car. We were told that we were trying to give a different appearance. So we were walking through. I remember walking through kids.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's pause it for a moment. Trying to give a different appearance. She said they were dressed up in heels and a certain type of dress, whatever have you. But what captured my ear just now was to capture a certain type of appearance. And when I hear that, then that means obviously they were minors. Minors, for those of you who are not familiar with what that means, right? Because I know some people are like, okay, what do you mean, right? Underage. And they were dressed up to look older than what their actual age were, to be able to be able to deceive the eyes in which wherever they were going to partake in, whether it was going to a party, entering a hotel, or whatnot. First Lady OG, before I continue on, and Sonia, thank you because I definitely needed to dive deep into this particular situation with Ali Carter, and it's so it's almost like for those of us who's familiar with Sodom and Gomorrah, me and First Lady OG had a discussion about it. But First Lady OG, when you hear what she just stated, we were dressed up to fit a basic certain type of an appearance. They were dressed up to fit an appearance. What does that sound like?
I mean, well, she said they were put in dress and sandals. So, as stated, she was 15. So, most certainly, because they're walking them in public, obviously they need to change the appearance because we know that the people that they're being trafficked to want children. So the dressing up is for, I would say, more so the public scene and opposed to the underground scene. But it's definitely I don't know, when I listen to Allie, and I guess it's because look at me like I hold such a relationship, but I've been watching her for so many years, and I feel that sometimes, like when I listen to her, she just makes me.
Oh, hold
She
on, First Lady. Hold on. I want you to hold those thoughts right there
huh?
because I want you to actually hold those thoughts right there because you've been following her for a longevity of time. I want you to hold that thought
That's why I
right
wanted
there.
to just say that, which
Hold it.
why when I hear her say like, "What fuels your rage?" My rage is always fueled with listening to her, but it's like I haven't been able to get close enough to find out like where some of the things are that you can help. But I do know the website, and I just want to say to everybody listening, don't listen to her as if she's just like up for a money grab. I have seen her behind the scenes in which she is about 8 personality disorders due to the trauma that she has endured. So really pay attention to her, guys.
And that's what we definitely that is what we definitely need to dive into. And yes, Sonia, I appreciate it so very much because I think that my mindset, and I'm not sure the First Lady can speak for herself, but I think for my mindset, I did feel as though the fires were staged. However, it's different levels of staging situations. And this particular situation, they definitely staged it to where the people that did work hard, because let's make this quite clear, it's not just the upper class whatever celebrities you see that own homes within Southern California. It is people that have worked hard, that are now elderly people that retired and bought homes in these areas that they watched burnt down, and it was orchestrated to where now they're not probably ever going to be able to rebuild because the insurance company, and this is what I'm saying, it was orchestrated because the insurance company, all in a sudden, all these insurance companies, they're pulling out, and they did it way before the actual what we call catastrophic situation took place within
They
Southern
removed
California, right?
fire insurance from their policies. You guys, they removed the fire insurance from the policies. What she was saying. Allegedly, I hate using that word when you know what it really is, but allegedly, the fire insurance clause in the policies were removed, as Justice said, before the fires. And I just want to plant a little seed that don't forget LA is intended to host the 2028 Olympics in LA.
Yes, and that is something that we definitely have to play. When I tell you we have to pay close attention to that, because you know the funniest thing about that, First Lady, as you have mentioned it, they have spoken about it on medias, on different outlet medias, and they stated that based on what has taken place, they do not know if they would be able to rebuild in time for the Olympics. I call that shit bullshit. You know what I mean? So when you say that, trust and believe me, I totally agree with you 100%. With that being said, guys, we're going to dive back in to Ali Carter and let her finish speaking. And then now and again, y'all already know how we going to do. Drop the comments in the comment box. Even if you're in the bushes, come out the bushes. It's okay. But even if you just want to stay in the bushes, that's fine too. The replay gang, y'all already know what time it is. Leave a comment. Tell me any other topics you want to talk about, but we're gonna jump right back into this Alley Carter. So here we go. Mm-mm-mm.
I remember walking in and seeing school buses. I remember walking in and seeing children and chaperones through the museum, and I remember people staring at us as if it was as if we were somebody special. Um, we walked through the museum. There are employees that know exactly what's going on in the museum. They block the doors. They know where the entrances and exits are. They take their orders from someone else when someone is trying to get underground through the Getty Los Angeles Museum. I was walked through. I remember taking stairs, going through a garden, taking an elevator. I was drugged, but I was walking. There are many situations in trafficking where you can be alert. Some of my pimps did not let me see where I was going. Sometimes I was so drugged that I was carried into a job, dressed, and then placed in a room and waiting for my order because I couldn't move myself. So at this time, I was able to walk. I was able to see what was going on. And I remember walking through. I remember talking to certain people after we got so far. I remember my ears popping. I remember feeling like I'm choking because the air was so weird. We got to a certain point and there was, it looked like a basement. It looked like where they keep things that were not public display in the museum. And after getting so far, we were in tunnels. We were put on cars, drove to a certain point far. I seen um, sorry, I seen
Oh my God. Listen to her. Listen to what she is saying. And this is why I say, like, I know it's a lot of demonic energies out here that's looking for a money grab. I understand it. The scamming is beyond me, you, and everybody else. Trust me, because I'm going through some shit myself. You know what I mean? When we even talk about just like the scamming part of just this whole shit, and when you hear her speak and she's giving certain details you can't give certain particular details without actually experiencing it. It's almost like telling a person, like I would tell my kids, like, listen, man, like we all make mistakes. And a part of making mistakes is gaining experience to have the knowledge to do better, right? And so when you look at Ali Carter and what she's saying, and just in details of what she's saying, it's in regards of understanding, damn, she's speaking from a place of pain, of just all type of mental abuse. And as First Lady OG said, she suffers with multiple personality disorder, which is something that had to develop over time through all the abuse that she endured. Like, and now where she's at, it tells you a lot. But like I said, it's just like it's definitely heartbreaking. First Lady OG, um, before we go any further, I want to get your thoughts on, because like I said, you are one of the people that have been following Ali for a very long time, and understanding that where she's at and what she's trying to do is 9 times out of 10 release the demons that she feels that's hovering on her and that's holding her back. First Lady OG, what's your thoughts on that, man? Like, this shit is really heartbreaking.
The biggest things, what I want to say about Allie Carter when it comes to Allie Carter, what people don't really understand, I'm taking nothing away from her pain or her mental trauma. As I stated, I'm not sure, do not quote me if it's actually 8, 9, or 10 personalities of personality disorder, which means that she actually has a video, and it's called All of Us, in which the interviewer was able to talk to each one of her personalities. She goes as young as 8, I believe. Like I said, please don't quote me on the ages, but definitely a child, and I believe she goes as old as who she is now. So that's who she ends up with, who she is now. But in between, there's preteens, there's one that's part of the community, there's one that's like the the, you want to call her not the bully, but she's the one that don't take the shit, that will cuss you. They all have different names and they all have different personalities, and they are all her.
I wanna actually ask you a question, and I know it's been like a burning question, and I know a lot of people, um, when you hear the question, it's like a lot of people have opposition to it. What is your thoughts like as far as Ali Carter speaking of being the child of Tupac? Now, when Tupac Shakur passed away, it was where he passed away with no known children um at all. And so with
I'm gonna try to
her
find the. I'm
I'm
gonna I'm
sorry,
gonna
First Lady.
I'm gonna try to find the video in
Hmm.
which actually breaks down a lot of things. She takes you
No,
through
but
that.
what I want to ask you is the like for yourself, like for
I'm,
yourself,
I,
do
I
you
I
feel it's a
I believe her.
possibility?
A lot of people are saying that they don't, but I do. Now, what I have not
Okay.
found out if her mother's Brenda, and if anybody knows, you know. But what I am saying is that I do believe her. For everybody to think and to know that, certain people were not compromised, baby, they were. You remember my boy and a whole tub of gold, butt ass. Like, I just want to say that when you're in a certain state, there's just certain things that you're just not going to do. So, I mean, she has stated that he has fell victim, into which she was put into the industry. She also
Well,
speaks of him still being amongst the living. She also explains and breaks down the MGM.
hold on, First Lady. Don't go too far
No,
yet.
I'm not. I'm just stating as far as what she says. Like, we know that these places, like, like the Playboy Mansion had
Right,
tunnels
but
that
that's
ran
what we're
off
about to actually,
LA.
that's why I don't want you to go in too
So,
far because you have such a history and we're actually about to tap into those things. And I
but
want
one
you to
thing
be
I will do
able
have to
to,
say to y'all is what I feel like her main objective is, besides helping the children, what people really don't know is to stay alive long enough for her to see her justice. That's what she's running from. Little do people know. She's not
and
in
that's
more than
great. That's
72
the realest thing.
hours. She's
And that
really
is the
running
realest thing. And
life.
Sonia, when you say I believe everything she says, that is what the First Lady is talking about right now. Sorry, First Lady, for interrupting you, but I just wanted to jump in and tell Sonia that you and her have the same exact sentiments, and I do carry the same exact sentiments. So please finish your thought. I apologize.
You good. You good. And I love that, Sonia, that you can see through it. I just feel like, genuine realness. Like I said, realize, realize. And like I said, to know her story and to know the woman that is running with her, that she calls her mother, that is her mother. Pardon my expression, Michelle. I'm not even going to say it like that because she is. But when I say she had to pick up, close up shop, leave, and go, like they are barely in places 72 hours. Not only is Allie still affected by MK Ultra, like all of these things that she's still affected by, she will tell you what we everybody's getting ready to celebrate in February is one of the biggest.
Wait. Hold on, First Lady. First Lady, hold on, OG. Hold on, OG. Don't give it yet. Because I got a lot more that I want to pick at. So I don't want to give it all yet because I want to pick your brain too. So hold on one moment because it's very powerful what you're about to say. And even with this particular interview, I'm about to continue playing, you guys are gonna realize we are going to definitely we're gonna be in and out. Why? Because we gotta talk about this. We gotta definitely talk about this. Because there's a lot going on. But you heard what the where the first lady OG left you off at. But if I don't stop her, she going to just oh my ma. Ah, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because when I tell you she was about the what I needed to act. All right, y'all. Hold on. That's what I'm telling you. Powerful mind. Powerful mind.
Cars, boats, uh, there's trains, there's buses, there is every means of transportation under the ground. Um, there's a city under the ground. There are there's a different air supply that kicks in after you get so low. Um, who goes down there? I was after getting down there. I talked to a few people. I was able to meet celebrities, actors. I'm not a person that knows somebody just by name or by face or or right away. I was somebody who remembered somebody from a movie or something like that, or something that they did. I was able to speak with somebody that was so cocky And I remember telling him, I know you from Look Who's Talking. That's all. And I remember everybody laughing at me because I was 15, and I'm like, the only thing that I know you from, John Travolta, is Look Who's Talking. I know there were many comedians, Kathy Griffin, Robin Williams. I was on an order for Joe Biden. I was taken to somewhere where there were there was an orgy party. There was a contest going on. There's a certain part that has a shrine where I was taken, and what I mean by shrine is it was bones. It was things that have happened to other people. They take shrines. They take like a trophy, whether it was a ripped shirt, panties, hands, pieces of flesh. There's a smell that you can't even flinch towards down there. But you will. There's certain people that you don't talk about because you just don't. There were certain people that I seen down there, from Beyonce, Jay-Z. You don't tell on P. Diddy, but P. Diddy. So you said you don't tell on these people. Is that like a code that all victims adhere to? They don't talk about this stuff? Yes, you don't, because nobody's going to believe you. You're nothing to them. You don't count. You're just a toy. You're not essential, as they call them. You're expendable. And as a child in that situation, I wasn't the type of person that was fighting all the time, because I started to learn who I was. I started to learn my pimp. I started to learn what I was in. I started to learn that you don't fight.
OMG, what? Oh my God. OMG. Hank, I believe there are huge, disgusting things underground. They do. Hank the Hillbilly, welcome, welcome, my beautiful moderator, welcome, welcome. And I wonder, is Diddy involved with burning down Hollywood? Because no one's backing him. Maybe. Listen, listen. Oh my God. I had to stop for a moment, guys. I'm not going to hold you. I had to stop for a moment because everything that she's saying definitely hits a whole different way. And it's just the sick shit behind it. And do I feel, Hank, that a lot of what's taking place when it comes down to Southern Californians and the fires that's happening right now, I do feel that Ali Carter has predicted, or as I put in my title, she knew. She knew because obviously it's a lot more bigger fish to fry than Diddy. It's a lot more bigger fish that were involved in the trafficking of babies. Babies. Period. You know what I mean? And now that they're trying to put, or let me say it better. I feel like now they're trying to make Diddy the face of what's been going on for so many years is beyond me. And so when I listen to Ali Carter, I definitely hear her fighting for overall. It's not just dealing with anybody in particular that has their involvement. It's all. She's looking from the top go down that needs to be held accountable for taking the innocence of babies. Innocence of babies. Like, I'm going to let the First Lady speak right now because the First Lady OG has been following Ali for a very long time. And I had stopped her in previous before because now I want her to really get into the MK Ultra and even the mindsets of the rituals because the shit goes deep. And then we're gonna hear more from Ali Carter, First Lady OG. This shit is crazy. I'm
That's
like,
hey, Hank.
what? You already
What's up?
know. I'm like Uncle Murder. This shit crazy. This shit crazy. What?
Um,
Hold on, First Lady OG. Hold on, before you go. Hold on, Hank. What? They have orgies in baby blood. It's
yeah,
called a what? A black
Sabbath.
Sabbath. A
Mm,
black Sabbath? Sabbath. A black
Sabbath.
Sabbath.
Hmm.
What? They have orgies in baby's blood, and it's called a Black Sabbath. That's crazy.
Right, and Ozzy Osbourne kicked off the heavy metal music in a band called Black Sabbath. Exactly,
Wow,
and
wow, wow, wow.
with
This
that
shit
being
is that's
said,
crazy.
with a lot of these young women running around, you know what I'm saying, getting them red bottoms, not really understanding that that stands for babies and children's blood. That's what that's all about with your red bottoms on. Like, do some research before you running around just trying to buy something from people that don't want you wearing it no way. Okay? There's a method to it's a madness to their method, honestly. And what's happening is that, as I previously stated, with the veil being lifted and us leaving the year of Aquarius and all of these things where you're going, the veil has been lifted. So you're now seeing and finding out that the truth is more disturbing than the lies. As Sonia stated, as we all feel, well, putting allegedly because we on social media app, is that they're allegedly trying to hide things. But if you strategically look at where things are burning and whose things are burning, does that mean the evidence is leaving? If you really look at the map and see how it's burnt out, anybody know where Bohemian Grove is? I ain't even going to get into that. Look that up and come back and see us next time, and let's talk about Bohemian Grove. But I don't feel that you I can't say that they can't burn enough because they're burning, but they're burning. But Bohemian Grove, where they go to have their rituals, and like Hank said, there's no funniness into you actually eating human feces, drinking urine, and shooting yourself with AKA adrenochrome, which comes from a child's blood, which, as you know, adrenaline is only there during trauma. So if anyone does remember the Monsters Inc. animated movie for children, now, in order for them to get what they wanted, to get the energy from the children, they sent the monsters in their room at night to scare them. Now, just me watching this child movie, the most disturbing to me were the kids screaming. And that's another thing that gets me with these individuals, that we must also say, because people will not get it in their head that there are non-humans amongst us. Okay, I've been around over 5 decades, and even in Star Trek and Star Wars, everything on the ship did not look like us. But there are some here that are not nice. They're not nice. Okay, like they are. All right, let me not go too far. Let's go back to, as Ali was stating, the things that they were taking her to do what she was doing. These people that shoot adrenochrome and all of these things that scare the children to get the blood from the adrenal gland to make adrenochrome, you can look into that further yourself. But now, just because in less than a month we will be coming up on one of the so-called biggest sports days ever, which is called the Super Bowl for football, But if anyone knows about the industry, everybody's in it, believe it or not. Yup, your most favoriteest guy, your most favoriteest gal that
Mhm.
you did not think is in it. And the Super Bowl is one of the biggest human trafficking, child trafficking days that there is of the year. And
And
no
that's crazy.
children, yo. When they finish
And
in the sky boxes and sitting up there in them $40,000 seats, there are children waiting underground
listen,
to be
and
escorted
that
by these. But now they're drunk and belligerent. But trust when I tell you, when I said as Word said about the MK Ultra, her mom has a book from since when she took Allie in and wrote these things down that she encountered with her a daily basis, making entries all day long, following her sleep patterns and everything. She said her
yeah.
phone can ring, some tones will come out of it, and all of a sudden, Allie, the one that you're seeing speak now, will turn into a 7, 8 year old child and start saying she has to go and see daddy.
Listen, and that's why it needs to be talked about because it's about to spread worldwide. And yes, Hank, Trump Tower has 58 floors, but also a 66th floor. He became president 58 years after 1958. And he became president. Hold on, let me go back. And he became president 58 years after 1958 and became president 66 years after 1958.
I didn't do that much research on the Trump Tower. Now, what you saying about the reptilian
They're
city?
supposedly, well, Hank is saying they're supposedly reptilian city in
I
inner
okay, so we're gonna
inner
keep
LA.
Hank. We'll
There is
get
old
it
news
all over.
articles every ever
They
hear of a 58 floor tower with a 66 floor don't make sense, does it? Yo,
none
Hank, it
none of it
doesn't.
makes sense.
It
But the
doesn't.
reptilians make very much sense, Hank. If I had the option, I would show you a statue that is here in New York. And it is a statue of a reptilian, somewhat looking something, alligatorish, whatever. It is coming out of the manhole of the ground and it is grabbing the pamper of the butt of a baby, and the baby's head is made like the old school bag of money, like the bag that looks like a ponytail with the tie around it, with the dollar sign as the face. So that's a slap in the face to me. It's not art and it's not a statue. It's a slap in the face, but it's in your face because in order for the ritual to take place, they have to let you know what they are doing. So now with him just saying supposedly underground, when you see reptilians coming out the ground grabbing a baby, what does that mean? So now let's think about where these 8 million children that are missing are, like Ali is saying, under the ground, because your government, which is not supposed to be a corporation, made a deal with the devil. You feed us down here, and we will stay down here and not come and disrupt your city and your living. So, where are the babies? The babies are underground being essayed, murdered, tortured, trafficked, and eaten. So, that's really what's going on. And you as the people do not want to stand up on your own for yourself. Like she said, what fuels your rage? I mean, the way kids are missing around here, it's like you go to the park with 6 kids, you come home with 4, and nobody says nothing because you already know what happened. Come on, man. See? Now that's something I'm going to look into because I never knew that. The Alfa Romeo car company logo is a reptilian eating a human. Never ever knew that, never looked into that because my other half is a
Yeah,
car man and he always said that those cars were pieces of shit. Excuse
I'm
my
about to. Oh my God. No, you ain't gotta say, excuse me,
no,
the
but I
car.
mean
Like,
we doing it for Bigo and Auntie Marta got me,
oh my God, I'm sorry about that. Let me tell you something.
working on
That's
things that
crazy.
I'm
I'm
saying.
about to look into that too. I
I'm
am definitely
definitely
about to look into that. That's crazy. Let's go back
yeah.
into Holly Carter and listen to some more of what she had to say, guys. It was my fault because I left that they have to work harder. Um, the lies are insane, and I did what I had to do to take a minute to see that you don't have there's not a condition to being loved and to just being loved. There are no conditions and you don't have to be someone's puppet and you don't have to be someone's slave and you don't have to be someone's sex toy. You don't have to do what someone tells you to do because they want satisfaction. It took me forever to realize that. It took me forever to see that. What? Hank Los Angeles, aka Lost
Take that.
Angels, Fallen Angels. Yeah,
Yep.
right, Sonia. You
That
said that correctly. What?
Los Angeles,
Love
right.
knowing that you know all this stuff makes me feel not
And who's
alone. I
Satan?
know a
Who's
what?
Satan?
Go ahead, First Lady. Go ahead,
What
First
it
Lady.
used to
Talk
be?
on it.
Who was Satan? Okay, the god of music. Okay, he's a fallen angel. Let him know, Hank. Oh yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Know a lot of stuff about what they doing. And my thing is when do we stand up? How do we stand up? We just need to start saying no. We just need to start doing what we need to do for ourselves. One thing for sure and two things for certain, you need to not be a part of their so-called citizenship. And no, I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world, but my thing is that we need to start investing in ourselves, our children, and rebuilding our lives in order to leave wealth and generational and safety for our children and grands to come. Dang. That's what we that's what we need to do as the people. Like we need to start standing up. Like we said, we need to start. And it's small things like boycotting. Y'all think that that don't work? If my daughter tell me over by where her grandmother is, which we call where we come from, the hood, okay? So now the projects are not too far. Then plus these are people working and straining to make a living. And yes, 95% of them have food stamps. But you mean to tell me somebody can open up a store in this area and don't accept food stamps and y'all gonna go in there? No, hell no. We're not going in there. We're not gonna go in there. If you don't accept food stamps, then we don't belong here. We don't belong here. Because how will you come in a neighborhood and don't accept our money if that's all that they have there? Boycott the place. Go put your store somewhere else where they don't need it. But I wouldn't allow them to make any money, just like they stayed off the bus. But who did they find out was paying most of the bus fares? So they couldn't afford to keep them off the bus. So it's not a thing about what will work. It will work if enough of us stand together. If we stand together, the game is over. One thing I will say, 93% of the entire world's population, like I said, we're the only country that's scared of the government. Every other country, the government is scared of the people. And that's where the hell we need to be at. Why? Because why are they scared? Because there's more power in the people than it is the people that's in power. So just say no. Just stop falling in line. Let's start doing what we have to do for ourselves. Take over our communities. Push these
Listen,
people out.
yo, First Lady, preach that because you ain't never said a lie. Prince of the Air, AHATV Airways. I understand every, well, I'm going to say it better for you, Hank. You understand every act I do is with consciousness and awareness now, of course. I built a long, skinny trailer on a bunch of bicycle wheels to live in. I will be able to tow it with my bike. And that's what we got to start thinking about, off grid,
Right.
off
Off
grid.
grid.
Been working on it for a couple of years. It's coming along. And let me tell you something, Hank. This is the year that is going to fully come into fruition because you already have established the point of making it an actual living thing. Everything is living too, my people. Everything is living. I think we miss the fact that everything is living. Everything. Even the things that you assume that is not living is living. And every prospect and everything that you put forth, Hank, is going to come true. And what you're doing is so much of what our people got to embark on doing at this point. Been been working on it. Yeah,
Yes,
look,
I
Sonia,
love
you already
that.
know. Yes,
I love
listen.
that because we are back to the era. And if I say anything about they fake ass pandemic, the one thing that I will say is that for those who eye is open, was able to see, like, you know what? This is pushing us back towards the way it should be, and that is us living off the land. This is us growing our own foods because they are killing us with this food that we buying in the street. I mean, some of these people, I mean, not even to take it to the nastiness of people urinating in the shake containers, and you go out there and buying this shit and you drink it, which is a biohazard, but they're doing this. The clothes that you wear, they set up all these companies, Sheen and Timu and all this shit for all of this stuff for $2, $3, and $5, and you think it's nothing wrong with it because it's cute. And it has all these chemicals in it. Your body is a breathing open pore with millions of pores. And now you're wearing these clothes and these chemicals are getting into your body. Your body cannot break it down. And then you wonder why you get my age and you start having all of these ailments because you are being daily dosed with poison everywhere you turn, in your food, in your clothes. What you see, what you hear is all poison, all of it. The hertz that they play with this music is disrupting your cells. Nobody knows that. Why? Because we don't do no research. We don't know how powerful we are. We don't know the magical beings that we are. We have no idea with disconnecting from the earth what that means. You think they made rubber sole sneakers for nothing? No. That acts as a conductor. It keeps from the electricity from the bottom of your feet to connect with the electricity of Mother Earth, so you can't feel her heartbeat. Why you think? Why you think people that know that's outside, they got their shoes off because they grounding, connecting to the earth, hugging trees. Tarzan and Crocodile Dundee. That shit wasn't comedy. Dr. Doolittle. That shit wasn't comedy. We that connected to nature should have been, should be, but the way that they have groomed us and indoctrinated us to get us away from off the land, where they packing us all in the city, in the projects where it's nothing but the concrete jungle. Y'all don't want to go back there. But back in the days, remember all the babies lead poisoning? Did you have a baby that just used to pick the paint off the windowsill and eat it? Because I don't know any baby that just did that. Now, I'm not going to tell you that a 1-year-old, 18 months, 9 months, crawl on the floor, see some crack thing on the floor, if they're going to pick it up and eat it. But that's not what I'm speaking on. We know about that. But the real reason for that was so they can get that lead paint and shit out of there, because that was EMF protection. But they ain't going to never tell y'all that. They ain't going to never tell y'all that. They not going to never tell y'all that. We all have it. That's what I'm saying, Hank. But they want to see us They would rather see us calling each other out of our names, and they would rather see us in here trying to rip off lace fronts and calling out all kind of bees and hoes and this and that and the third, and then we would have 1.3K in the room. But like me and my daughter was talking yesterday, quality over quantity. I care not to have 1,000, 2,000 people in the room when they haven't a clue to what I'm talking about, or they really don't give a damn, because they so stuck and indoctrinated in the ways that they don't even understand what we're saying anyway. Just the few of us here, we have enough people that we know that we can just say, hey, y'all come and check us out when we go live, because I know y'all think like how we think. I know we in the same place. So Hank, anybody that's your peoples that get down with the get down, then you just tell them to come see your girls. That's it. And we just gonna keep doing what we are doing. And that is, we're out here not for monetization, not for thousands of views and likes, but we're out here for reach and awareness and the truth. That's all it is. We're putting the truth out there for those that want to know it. Stern Black Jubilee. Yes. Yep. I'm going to look into that. Saturn. Okay. I did hear that. I did hear something with that, but I didn't jump in the rabbit hole. I got so many holes open, man. I ain't even got no more damn grass. Like, think Bugs Bunny and Tasmanian Devil around this motherfucker. I'm jumping down so many damn rabbit holes. But yo, we got to do what we have to do to protect us and ours. I don't know what happened with my girl. Hopefully she'll be right back. Um Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Like I, because I'm always the person. Like, and I say, over 50 years old, I come from the supreme mathematics side of things. So if that shit don't add up, it don't make sense, and you can't make it make sense. And then if you can't answer my questions, then you definitely can't make it make sense. So it's nothing that I'm gonna believe that you're saying. Wow. Wow. I'm definitely gonna look into that, Hank. We gotta look into Saturn, bro. He's saying it's a big deal going on with Saturn. And you just turned for welcome to the 50 Club, bro. Welcome to the 50 Club. Right. So you already know. You already know how I go. Y'all already know how I go. So welcome back. The word justice is back. So I'm gonna, give her the floor, because y'all know I'll come on, hey, we can go back.
No, no, I love it. Listen, I was having technical difficulties. I had to drop off and come back. Forgive me for that, guys. Technical difficulties. But as I was leaving off, I was just engaging what Hank was saying. He was hitting a lot of things on the head. Everything that you, of course, First Lady OG, was hitting on the head. With that being said, we're gonna dive back in real quick
Lord of the
the
Rings.
more of what Allie
Yes.
Carter had to say. And then,
Okay.
of course, we're going to commentate on it because this is Theodicy Podcast. Hank, yes, talk to us nice. This is the Theodicy Podcast family with your girl Word. And of course, the First Lady OG. If you're not subscribed, go and get subscribed. Please subscribe to the, let's say it better. Hollis Voice is the First Lady. OG is Auntie's house. First Lady OG, can you do me a favor? Can you drop your link in the chat for me? I've been trying to multitask and do multiple things, and I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi, y'all. I swear. But First Lady, please drop that link for me. Please. Listen, y'all, Martyr the Smarter. First Lady dropped that at the top of the hour. We will be dropping links at the end of the show also. But I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. And like I said, let's dive right back into this Allie Carter because Allie Carter had a lot to say and she definitely put a lot out there. Somebody could possibly want me. I even pushed my mom away. By the time she tried to adopt me, I kept pushing her away because it it was a lot for me to see that somebody actually wanted me. And I know it's a lot to take in. I know my story is a lot, but there are people way worse off than me. I'm blessed that these are the only things that have happened to me, because I know that so many people have it worse. So for them, please wake up. For them, please move. For them, please stand and fight, because there's so many people who need you to be their voice. There are so many souls that cannot rest. I've seen many of my friends die. I've seen many kids that I didn't get a chance to talk to or meet or know them personally. You will never get to hear their laugh, their favorite color. You will never get to know their real names. Because so many people want to push this under the rug, and so many people want to say it's not true, and it doesn't happen. And it's better off to not listen to it because it's too dark and it's uncomfortable. So many people had to get uncomfortable and realize that there's something going on with this world, that things keep coming out and it's not making any sense to anyone. Where do you think it all comes from, and how many years do you think people have been working on it? And there are so many children who cry for their mama, and they're somebody to just help, somebody to do something, somebody to stop what's going on, and nobody wants to talk about them. Nobody wants to touch it at all. And it's wrong. It's wrong. And I don't care if you don't believe me. It happened to me. And it's happening everywhere. At the Maxwell trial, no one wants to open the black book. Those laptops matter. And no one wants to talk about the celebrities, the people that were involved, the people that worked for them, the people in the middle, the people on the bottom, the grunt workers, from the people who clean the sex toys to the people who made the orders and got onto the planes. You have not heard mainstream media talk about it whatsoever. But mainstream media will pull out another narrative for you to be distracted by, for you to be upset with somebody, to create division amongst races, to just fear monger. But we won't talk about the things that are actually scary.
Have you seen a particular pattern? I mean, I don't know what my thoughts are around this, but biggest trial in, I don't know, ever, human history, and not a peep, yet we're talking about a variant with extremely mild symptoms as if it's going to end the planet. Yeah, and that's a distraction.
Exactly. A very smart variant that knows when you go into a restaurant, take a seat, and when you have food in your mouth. It's beyond ridiculous how well whoever runs things, I do not know who sits at the top, but it's sad how much they know that people are easily distracted, and how they play on everyone's intelligence, because they can tell you, look here, look there, be upset about this, be distracted by this, because please do not look towards the Maxwell trial. Please do not look towards the everyday people that you idolize, that you stream their music, that you sign their paychecks, that we put our monies into, or put our monies, excuse me, I'm a college student, I promise, I'm just really stressed out. Banks that we put our money into. I know people have heard about JP Morgan being involved in the Epstein trial. Stores that we buy our clothes from, Walmart, Wayfair, Target, fast food that we go into, when McDonald's is saying, hey, it's real chicken now, it's real meat now, but nobody was asking, well, what was it before? This is the app. There could be no bigger. This is bigger than the OJ trial. Everybody that will refuses to say anything about the trial, those are the people that you should be questioning. Mm-hmm. Especially any news anchor, news channel, local news. This should be something that you turn around to like you turn around to a 6-foot socially distanced COVID sticker. Everybody is talking about the wrong things. And trust me, if you knew what was really going on, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night. You would throw up the way I do every night. You would probably have equal to PTSD just from understanding what is happening. And everybody wants to wait until it's personal to say something or to do something. And why do we have to wait for it to get there? Everybody would rather say, you know, what's going on in the elite's home? What's happening in Beyonce's home? What's happening in Steven Tyler's home? What's happening in your home? Because, you know, you got to get your backyard first, and nobody wants to kick out that of the family. Nobody wants to talk about that person that we shouldn't be bringing around. Nobody ever wants to look at what's really going. Hold on. Wait a minute, guys. What, Hank? Tom Hanks has a hot dog hamburger restaurant near the meat packers in LA. He is probably using human meat. Ugh. Oh my God. And that's the craziest shit. It's a lot been going on with sacrificing human blood, meat, all of that, especially when it comes down to the babies. Oh my God, let's get back into this. This shit crazy.
What can parents do to protect themselves from this? Because this is real too, right?
Right. First of all, do not be in denial. Steven Tyler tried killing his underage pregnant girlfriend back in the day. I gotta go look. I'm gonna go look. We're gonna talk about that. Thank you for putting me on. I would like to cover that story. I'm gonna go back. We're gonna have to cover that story, Hank.
And Tom Hanks been dealt with for sure, because he's like the number one. Like he was the number one called out. But tell y'all how real it is with they fake C19. I have to pull up the receipt. I have so much stuff, you guys, you wouldn't even believe it. But we were at one point showing what it meant if they said they tested positive, that meant one thing. If they said they had it, that meant something else. If you know, you know. A lot of them have been dealt with at Gitmo, aka Guantanamo Bay. Like I say, I really love. I don't want to do anything too tough to jeopardize our movement as far as letting things out. So that's why a lot of the times you might hear me say, oh, I'll try to back up just a little bit and keep it, snazzy. Just, we got to kind of, because believe it or not, they're listening. And there is so much in between that you would not believe. But remember, as we stated, the truth is more disturbing than the lies. And Ali Carter is one of the people that is explaining and breaking down not just her truth, but the truth about what's going on in our nation. It's not just in New York, Queens, 9 states. Oh, look and see. The sickness I was trying to stay away from. What's your boy? Tyler Perry? Give a damn who he look like. At the end of the day, he's a puppet and sold his soul to them lost angels. Because at the end of the day, that damn Ruthless show that he got, the very first scene was them running with a baby. The very, very, very first scene of season 1, episode 1 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless is child trafficking. So please, this
when I
is
tell
her
you,
truth, but this is a
and
lot
that
of
was
truth.
and that was a depiction, as me and you were discussing First AOG of Nature Boy. So for those of you who are familiar with Nature Boy, for those of you who are not, he was somebody that started off on a spiritual journey based on what he came from, what he went through, and obviously he started to
Oh my
in
God, Hank.
embark
Yes.
in
I apologize.
different things.
I
But
apologize.
that's what I was about to jump
Oh,
on.
Hank.
And so Hank said,
2017, that's gonna be that's the last time you seen your girl Hillary as well. I'm telling you, people
what?
do not
I'm trying to
believe
keep up.
that
Hank said
show.
Event 201 before COVID Hanks kicked off the 2 weeks to stop spread. Look up Ellen says goodbye back in 2017.
I
She
remember
looks
that.
real scared and
I
says
remember
goodbye.
that.
You
Because she
can
had on an
see,
ankle bracelet that whole time, y'all.
but
But
hold on. Let's go back because Hank, you gonna want to be around for when we talk about
Hank, you are,
Stephen
yes,
Twitch Boss. When we
yes.
talk about Stephen Twitch Boss,
Mm.
Ellen DeGeneres has a lot of ties to that, right? And it
Mhm.
gets real.
Frazzle.
You
You
can see
remember
soldiers
Frazzle
in
Rock,
the house. Oh, wait.
Hank?
Mm.
Exactly. Exactly. And what's his name? What's the chef? What's the chef that unalived himself? Yeah. Bourdon. He
Yeah, I'm trying to get the name, but it always tongue ties me. But yeah,
okay. Chef Bourdon. He's the one that Anthony, right?
Hank, you ain't lying. When
Yes.
I already
He's
knew
the one
Ellen
that
DeGeneres,
unalived
what
himself.
degenerate? She's a guy. You ain't
A
never lied,
degenerate,
Hank.
exactly. Yes, yes, Hank. Because he was in that restaurant that was serving human meat. Couldn't even live with his own self. Allegedly.
Well, with that being said, let's dive right back into what of more Ali Carter had to say.
Think that it cannot happen in mine. Do not think that I live in a nice home, or I live in a gated community, or
Okay, he was cooking people maybe for elites. Oh my God, he was kicking what? He was cooking human beings.
That's what I said. That's why he did it, because he was
These
working in that
people,
restaurant.
yo, Hank.
So now there is a restaurant, and I will come back with the name of that restaurant that serves human cuisine. But nobody, everybody's like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe that they doing that. But nobody don't even wonder who the fuck are the humans that they serving up? Fuck that is happening. I mean, not that is happening, but I mean, at the end of the day, look at what people think about. Oh my God, who does that? That's crazy. That's not pop. Who is it? Who is it? Who's that they serving?
Like Hank said, that's some sick
Yes,
ass
yes, it
shit.
is cannibalism. Yes, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sorry to say, this is how I used to always feel when I felt the truth about the, religious things. I feel they teach cannibalism. Take this and eat. This is my flesh. Eat it. Drink this. This is my blood. What the what? Come on, people, open your eyes. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead, let Allie go. This is
Listen, I'm
crazy.
gonna I'm gonna let Ali go for real, but that is some sick shit. Oh my
And
God. Look, you guys already
I live
know.
somewhere that doesn't exist. Um, Again, human trafficking doesn't have an age, sex, or preference on it. Um, if they need their
Hold on, they have babies and don't tell anyone they are nobodies if they ain't registered and you ain't never said a lie yet. And this is why they keep the babies for the adrenochrome. And guess what's so real about it? I got the first lady OG in the building where she can go in depth. We're gonna go a little bit into Ali Carter Hank. A little bit. I'm gonna go like maybe 2 minutes more, and let's just jump into what Hank said right after I do a little bit of Ali Carter. So we only gonna do 2 minutes of Ali Carter and jump into Hank's question and also just dive into doing a little bit of what the thoughts are on what Ali Carter has said and how we feel. And I feel like, even if you feel like you don't want to hear what she's saying, then please seek another way. But the truth is here, whether you want to believe it or not. But that's what I would say with that. Hold on, guys. Let me just run Ali Carter for 2 minutes and we're going to jump into you, Hank, because what you just said is some real shit. And well, like I said, I'm going to let First Lady let y'all know what it gives.
product, they need their product, and they will do what they have to do. When people start realizing what's really wrong, everyone will be able to come together and stop what's going on. This is a part, human trafficking is a part of a very well-made machine. And it's not the type of machine that just a piece of it is broken. The whole machine needs to be taken down.
The whole machine is done. And somebody needs to do something. And I pray that there is somebody in power or somebody that has the clearance or the power to do something for everyone and to make everyone move. This is not just a money issue. You can't just throw money at this and it's just going to magically be okay. And you can't expect someone else to fix it. This takes people, everyday people standing up. Your authorities are involved. Every authority that you think that you can trust is involved. Nobody ever thinks about the victims. Nobody. The victims' lives get turned around when the predators' lives want to just get announced. You slap them on the wrist and you bring up every source of trauma for the victim. But nobody wants to stop and think about that. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through the shit right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. Why you running? You know what a part of me feels like? You know what? Good, run. Because then you get to see how it feels to have to jump and throw everything that you give a damn about away for 2 seconds. Get a moment of peace for not a damn moment. Not a moment of peace. You take it and you run with it because you're happy about the peace. But then you see how it feels when they get shaky. You see how it feels when the world is a little quiet, like, oh, my superstar, my idol. What about the victims? Our PTSD lives on every damn day that they did what they did. But it's only talked about when it's trending. We got legal evidence to drop. I just don't know what's the point. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021. We made sure, I already knew that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7-8 months ago. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them. When we went to Colorado for the A to Z event, we had a lot of legal evidence that we made sure we already had because we knew a list of people were about to get got. You can't run for that long. I'm just shocked we're finally seeing the day. So thank you so much for listening. We got to go and tie up some things, and then we'll be back. Okay, so, oh man, my heart is definitely breaking for Ali Carter. My heart definitely breaks for Ali Carter.
Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? Y'all see what she said? When I say what her biggest fight besides working to save the children that she knows that's still caught up in this shit, but her biggest fight next to that is just to stay alive, to keep telling the story, to try to save the ones that are still caught up. This is what makes it so sad. We looking at her and listening to her, but like she's saying, there are so many other children that are worse off than me because they are still there. Like I said, February the 8th for the Super Bowl, they about to have baby smorgasbords. If we as the people, like she said, she wished there was someone that was in power enough, and she probably really means to drop a damn bomb on the damn football stadium. Of course, not to take innocent people's lives, but to bust up them damn tunnels and everything under there because there are babies down there that are waiting to be SA'd, not even knowing, because like I told you, what her mom said, if when the phones go off and she answers the phone and she hears a certain tone, they are sitting outside waiting. And she has to fight her to not leave the house. But she said when she first got her, there were times that she couldn't, and she actually got back out there again. And when I say I feel like Allie is divinely guided and protected because she still made it out back to this lady. But now, when I tell you, this lady does not let this young lady out of her sight. This woman does not let this young lady out of her sight because she knows they're right around the corner waiting for her. They're waiting for her. They say she turns into a 7 or 8 year old, and then she's just like, have to go meet daddy, have to go meet daddy, have to go meet daddy. And she's trying to go. No, she doesn't want to go to be uh 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 violated again. But it's the it's the hypnotism that in which she's under that you see turns her into one of her alternate personalities, and it's the youngest one because those are the ones that they can control, the babies. She's got a rebel in her. She's got a baby. She's got an innocent teenager. She's got, like, yo, I have got to find this video, yo, because that would be something that I would love you guys to see so that you can really get another look into, like she says, not just her. It's her because she is the one that's able to tell a story. But at the end of the day, to know that there are babies somewhere lying right now in the dark, scared, lonely, abused. Some of them
Looking for their mom, looking for their dad, like looking for somebody that represents
never
or
made.
looks like them.
We have the footage of them taking babies out of the front of the White House door. And you know that they said over 40% of them had to be euthanized. I never even heard of euthanizing a human. I thought you did that to
And
animals.
I thought you do that to animals. Like I thought you definitely do that to animals. Definitely
But a
not
lot
babies.
of children, first of all, they were so sick and weak. A lot of them couldn't breathe because remember, they have never been on top of the ground before.
Well, look what Hank said. Hank said it
This is
perfectly.
why
The
they
reason
had
why they were able to even get away with what they got away with is because they have babies and they don't tell anyone, and they are nobodies basically. So if they ain't registered, you don't know about them. You don't know if they are even in existence.
right. But those one, but like I said, there a lot of them had to be euthanized, and that's crazy that you have to take a child's life because they wasn't gonna make it anyway. That's how bad off they are. I have a picture that I just received with where you open the trunk and then crowbar the inside of the trunk open. Children were under there, like what they go through to move these babies around and to do auto shows, everything big and large that requires massive money and attendance. You have no idea. What's the Hank? You know about the stall in Orlando in no, I'm sorry. I think this one is California. The stall, I think it's stall number 4 in California, in one of the bathrooms that the children disappear from, where they're attending elites. Exactly. Oh yeah, Mother Teresa was one of the biggest. Mother Teresa was one of the biggest. What? Margaret Sanger. All of those 3-letter agencies, they're all a part of it. They're all a part of it. Every time we turn around and say, "Oh, the system failed the kids," eh. Queen Elizabeth, all of them. No, all of them. Yes, there's a stall in that they were saying that the kids go in and end up getting lost, and the mother, like, she was outside and saw the child. When she looked in, she saw a man holding her daughter's hand and go into the stall. And when she ran in the store, there was nobody there. They looked around for secret passages and tunnels and this, that, and the third. They just don't know where it is. They just don't know where it is. Please tell me you're not talking about the pizza store, Cosmic Pizza in DC, where they go underground and they have all of that so-called sick art on the walls. If you go in there, I believe it's Cosmic Pizza in Washington D.C. right now. You wouldn't even order a slice of pizza if you pay attention to what's on the walls. You wouldn't even go in there if you, like I said, that Ruthless is something else. That They Live, I didn't watch that. I have not watched that. But I'm telling y'all, just Monsters Inc. is crazy. Just Avatar is crazy. Like, and the funny thing with the Monster Inc. is that they end up, that one little girl that end up talking to the monster, making nice with the monster. They found out that they can get the same amount of energy with the child laughing and opposed to scaring them. It's wild. Um, the sex traffic survivor Allie Carter, and we were listening to her tell the story of her being at Diddy parties and things of that nature. Comet Pizza, Pink Bachelor just killed. What? Harvesting Screams. Yes, yes. And that one little girl in Monsters Inc. movie, the little girl that ended up making friends and making him feel some type of way about scaring her, found out that when she laughed, they little backpack, the little whatever, how they was harvesting, like how we say harvesting adrenochrome, but of course for the kiddie movie they was harvesting screens. But to me, listening to the movie, that was one of the worst things for me. Listening to the children scream. Who can do that? It's really good, even though it's really sad. They Live is good. I'm gonna have to watch that. I could barely watch the Tyler Perry thing because it's just like it's just sickening, man. It's sickening. It's really, really sickening. Yes, yes. And like I said, it's almost to an extent like the children, but they know, because what do we say? The children are our future. If there aren't any children, then we have no future. And they know what they're doing. These things are strategically and have been thought of for some. The Rockefeller Covenant. Take a look at it. Right here on the tube. Look it up. Look it up. On my show on Bigo, I almost play it every time. I try to play it every time I go live. When you just listen to it, um being that daughter girl knows how to put the links up, I'm gonna send it to her and have her put it in the chat for y'all, the exact one, because a lot of them come up. But there's one that I really would like y'all to get the gist of it. It also has the comments, so you could actually read what's being said. And in case if it's hard to understand it, it's, to me, it's a little rough to listen to because they have it almost with like the voice of a demon. But it is. But it is. But it is. And I really want y'all to take a listen to that, man. Take a listen to that. I'm about to send it to daughter right now, just so she could put the actual link to the one that I'm actually speaking on, that gives you the words and everything. And just listening to that, you will see the plan. Your eyes will open up a little bit more. Trust me. I promise you it will. When you watch this, I promise you it will. Because it's written in plain ink. And it's Where would you need it, daughter? You need me to send it on the email, or I could just text it to you, and then you could put it in the chat. Oh,
Send it to me real quick through the messages. Let me see if I can copy and then I'll be able to put it in the chat.
okay, okay. I mean, y'all know, shoot, we could live. Okay, okay. Love you, love you, love you. Be safe out there. Okay, so watch Mobile. Death becomes her. Moby. Death becomes her. Wasn't that a video, a movie too? Now is Moby an app? Death becomes her. It's about a thing, yo. And they live is from the 80s. Got more kids by making them laugh. Yep, Sonia. Yep. Oh. Sorry, Hank. You like Moby. Death becomes her. I saw that. I saw that somewhere. Death becomes her. Okay. So I got a couple of movies to watch. I gotta watch They Live. I gotta watch Death Becomes Her. And I believe, okay, so daughter put that link in the chat. I hope are able to take it and see it. If not, what we can do is we can play that one day here too as well. Y'all know I be trying to make sure daughter's on point. Did you make your decision about today and tomorrow? Are you good on that? You know, we about to pull up on a 2 hour mark.
We're about to pull up on a 2 hour mark, and we're definitely probably gonna be back. But before we leave off, I am going to leave off with a little bit more of Ali Carter. And yes, this is part one. We will be back with part two. We do have other content that we will be engaging in and talking about. But as of today, yes, we will be back with part two. But before we come back with part two, let's make sure we end off part one with Ali Carter with the ending statements of a few things. We'll be back to discuss it. And like I said, we got a lot more commentary. We got commentary that is like out the wazoo. And I think it's an open discussion and it needs to be talked about, and especially when it comes down to like mental health. Like shit is crazy out here. There's like so much craziness happening. But all right, guys, hold on one moment. Um, the lies are insane, and I did what I had to do to take a minute to see that you don't have there's not a condition to being loved and to just being loved. There are no conditions, and you don't have to be someone's puppet, and you don't have to be someone's slave, and you don't have to be someone's sex toy. You don't have to do what someone tells you to do because they want satisfaction. It took me forever to realize that. It took me forever to see that somebody could possibly want me. I even pushed my mom away. By the time she tried to adopt me, I kept pushing her away because it was a lot for me to see that somebody actually wanted me. Um, And I know it's a lot to take in. I know my story is a lot, but there are people way worse off than me. I'm blessed that these are the only things that have happened to me, because I know that so many people have it worse. So for them, please wake up. For them, please move. For them, please stand and fight, because there's so many people who need you to be their voice. There are so many souls that cannot rest. I've seen many of my friends die. I've seen many kids that I didn't get a chance to talk to or meet or know them personally. You will never get to hear their laugh, their favorite color. You will never get to know their real names. Because so many people want to push this under the rug, and so many people want to say it's not true, and it doesn't happen. And it's better off to not listen to it because it's too dark and it's uncomfortable. So many people had to get uncomfortable and realize that there's something going on with this world, that things keep coming out and it's not making any sense to anyone. Where do you think it all comes from, and how many years do you think people have been working on it? And there are so many children who cry for their mama, and they're somebody to just help, somebody to do something, somebody to stop what's going on, and nobody wants to talk about them. Nobody wants to touch it at all. And it's wrong. It's wrong. And I don't care if you don't believe me. It happened to me. And it's happening everywhere. At the Maxwell trial, no one wants to open the black book. Those laptops matter. And no one wants to talk about the celebrities, the people that were involved, the people that worked for them, the people in the middle, the people on the bottom, the grunt workers, from the people who clean the sex toys to the people who made the orders and got onto the planes. You have not heard mainstream media talk about it whatsoever. But mainstream media will pull out another narrative for you to be distracted by, for you to be upset with somebody, to create division amongst races, to just fearmonger. But we won't talk about the things that are actually scary.
Have you seen a particular pattern? I mean, I know what my thoughts are around this, but biggest trial in, I don't know, ever, human history, and not a peep, yet we're talking about a variant with extremely mild symptoms as if it's going to end the planet. Yeah. I mean, that's a distraction.
Exactly. A very smart variant that knows when you go into a restaurant, take a seat, and when you have food in your mouth. It's beyond ridiculous how well whoever runs things, I do not know who sits at the top, but it's sad how much they know that people are easily distracted, and how they play on everyone's intelligence, because they can tell you, look here, look there, be upset about this, be distracted by this. Because please do not look towards the Maxwell trial. Please do not look towards the everyday people that you idolize, that you stream their music, that you sign their paychecks, that we put our monies into, or put our monies, excuse me, I'm a college student, I promise, I'm just really stressed out. Banks that we put our money into. I know people have heard about JP Morgan being involved in the Epstein trial. Stores that we buy our clothes from, Walmart, Wayfair, Target, fast food that we go into, when McDonald's is saying, hey, it's real chicken now, it's real meat now, but nobody was asking, well, what was it before?
That part.
No one, this is the app. There could be no bigger. This is bigger than the OJ trial. Everybody that will refuses to say anything about the trial, those are the people that you should be questioning. Mm-hmm. Especially any news anchor, news channel, local news. This should be something that you turn around to like you turn around to a 6-foot socially distanced COVID sticker. Everybody is talking about the wrong things, and trust me, if you knew
what was really going on. You wouldn't be able to sleep at night. You would throw up the way I do every night. You would probably have equal to PTSD just from understanding what is happening. And everybody wants to wait until it's personal to say something or to do something. Or why do we have to wait for it to get there? Everybody would rather say, you know, what's going on in the elite's home? What's happening in Beyonce's home? What's happening in Steven Tyler's home? What's happening in your home? Because you know, you got to get your backyard first, and nobody wants to kick out that of the family. Nobody wants to talk about that person that we shouldn't be bringing around. Nobody ever wants to look at what's really going on. What can parents do to protect themselves from this? Because this is real too, right? Right. First of all, do not be in denial. Do not think that it cannot happen in mine. Do not think that I live in a nice home, or I live in a gated community, or I live somewhere that doesn't exist. Again, human trafficking doesn't have an age, sex, or preference on it. Um, if they need their product, they need their product, and they will do what they have to do. When people start realizing what's really wrong, everyone will be able to come together and stop what's going on. This is a part, human trafficking is a part of a very well-made machine. And it's not the type of machine that just a piece of it is broken. The whole machine needs to be taken down. The whole machine is done. And somebody needs to do something. And I pray that there is somebody in power, or somebody that has the clearance or the power to do something for everyone and to make everyone move. This is not just a money issue. You can't just throw money at this and it's just going to magically be okay. And you can't expect someone else to fix it. This takes people, everyday people standing up. Your authorities are involved. Every authority that you think that you can trust is involved. Nobody ever thinks about victims. Nobody. The victims' lives get turned around when the predators' lives want to just get announced. You slap them on the wrist and you bring up every source of trauma for the victim. But nobody wants to stop and think about that. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through it right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. Why are you running? You know what a part of me feels like? You know what? Good, run. Because then you get to see how it feels to have to jump and throw everything that you give a damn about away for 2 seconds. Get a moment of peace for not a damn moment. Not a moment of peace. You take it and you run with it because you're happy about the peace. But then you see how it feels when they get shaky. You see how it feels when the world is a little quiet, like, oh, my superstar, my idol. What about the victims? Our PTSD lives on every damn day that they did what they did. But it's only talked about when it's trending. We got legal evidence to drop. I just don't know what's the point. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021. We made sure Afra is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7-8 months ago. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them. When we went to Colorado for the A to Z event, we had a lot of legal evidence that we made sure we already had because we knew a list of people were about to get got. You can't run for that long. I'm just shocked we're finally seeing the day. So thank you so much for listening. We got to go and tie up some things, and then we'll be back.
Did you know you repeated that?
No, I repeated it for a purpose because I wanted it to be reheard because the experiences in which people definitely feel like they have the right to speak on or put their perspective on, and which is okay. It's all right, right? But just be mindful of it's not what you say and it's how you say it. And you still could never deny somebody else's experience because that is their experience. And I think Her major fight, like you said before, is for the children that are still. When I tell you, they going through it as we speak. We go to work, we may lay down on our beds, and it's a child somewhere suffering. You know what I mean? And she's speaking to that reasoning of what is happening because she's been through it. And you have so much of people that don't know any better or is not willing to do their own research, or perhaps having their own children going through abuse and not even knowing, or knowing and still allowing. And that goes into something else that we will be diving into pretty soon. I'm definitely going to try to figure out my audio because the next um topic that we're going to go into, I definitely need you guys to hear everything. I'm having technical difficulties. Me and First Lady OG will do a little behind the scenes prior before I go live again. But when it comes down to this particular case, I mean, with a young child, I think Ali Carter is definitely the definition of describing what's always been taking place. And even when it's taking place within our own communities, it comes like we're there, but we're still not there, if that makes sense. But you guys already know. This is the Odyssey Podcast with your girl Word, First Lady OG. Please subscribe, hit the like button, notification bell. Every time we go live, you will be notified. And let me tell you, even if you don't want to hit the like button, guys, it's okay to hit the down like. So then I know, because I'm open to everybody's opinion on what could be done better or what you guys may want to hear. I want to give a special thanks to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much. My replay gang, appreciate you guys. Bushwatchers, appreciate you guys. Last but not least, my moderators. And I want to give a special shout out to Sonia because I definitely did this particular topic for Sonia. Like I said, we spoke about Ali Carter, never got a chance to really dive in deep. We were supposed to. And I appreciate you, Sonia, because this is a topic that definitely needs to be put out in the forefront because it is adding on to the pieces of the puzzle. And when I tell you, huh, the pieces of the puzzles are coming together, they are coming together. And so, like, I appreciate you guys. Sonia, I appreciate you so very, very much. And this particular live, I have to give Sonia so much thanks for because it was something that definitely needed to be put out in the forefront based on everything that has been taking place right now, that's unfolding right before our eyes. So, thank you, Sonia, and thank you to all of my moderators. Yo, Hank, yo, Hank. Yo, you know I'm gonna be back in the building. You know I'm gonna be back in the building because you was dropping some shit that I have to come back. Let me say this better. Mm-mm-mm. Rewind. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hank, you was dropping some jewels, some knowledge, things that I'm definitely about to embark in investigating on to gain more knowledge on. I appreciate you so, so very much, Hank. Thank you. Like it was certain things that I'm telling you I'm about to go look up and definitely do my research on. So I just want to give a special shout out to Hank the hillbilly, one of my other moderators. And like I tell you, my moderators be doing it out here, man. I mean, when I tell you they be doing it, they be doing it. With that being said, guys, I love you guys so much. You guys definitely make this journey of being a content creator definitely worthwhile just because of the genuineness, good, bad, and indifferent. You guys are so genuine. And I mean, when I tell you, if I could tell you what's in my heart, which I think you guys already know, you guys already know. I wish I was living close. Listen, you don't even got to be living close to us, Hank. You are living close enough. Trust me when I tell you. We are connected through the spirit, baby. We are connected through the spirit. All of us, me, you, Sonia. Listen, First Lady OG, we are connected by the Spirit when I tell you. And we will meet. Because as I embark on this journey, I will become to the point where we are going to meet. I promise you guys that much.
Gonna
With
be at
that being said, First Lady OG, you can hear me?
say, yep, yep, yep. I'm going to just say my 2 cents
Perfect,
real
perfect.
quick, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much, Hank and Sonia, for the interaction. Thank you so much for those that are going to watch later, that are watching now, replay gang and all that. This is definitely something to replay. Um, let's just I love you guys. I love the support that you give. I love the interaction. I love how, you know, now we got Hank connected on the back end, so he's gonna be sending stories. And like Word said, we gonna be pulling up soon. Don't even worry about it, whether we open in an auntie house in that area or we coming through the stand strong for you know, Allie is doing something, and we all gonna meet up there and hold her down. Like, how we gonna do it? But we gonna see each other very soon, soon in the makings, all on good terms and good timing. I appreciate you guys. Make sure that you tap the smash that like button on the way out. If you haven't hit the bell to subscribe, please make sure you do so you never miss a live. Make sure that you go to at I am Auntie House and throw something on a community wall. I've been working on it last week to learn how to upload shorts and things of that nature. Maybe Red in the building. So I want to thank y'all again. I love y'all genuinely from the heart for the support that you show us. And again, peace, love, and light. Check me out. If you want to become a voice, please let me know. Let me get that Gmail, and I will put you in the voices community, which where we can exchange things a little bit easier, and you have right one-on-one communication with each other off of here. So if you would like to do that, please drop me your email, your Gmail. I have the two, Sonia and Hank, but anybody else that's listening, put your email or Gmail either in my inbox or on the wall. I know that this is social media and some people might not want to put their information on the community wall. So hit me on the back end. But I love y'all. Peace, love, and light. Until the next time, stay safe.
Well, we love you guys. First Lady said it, and you guys already know my sentiments is definitely the same. And guys, we are definitely gonna be back. I'm so excited. And like I said, like you guys definitely bring a joy into me alongside my beautiful kids and my beautiful life and my experiences in life, good, bad, or indifference, is still a beautiful experience, y'all, because it's teachable moments. Um, I love you guys, like I said. And with that being said, we definitely gonna be back. And we will be back with part two with Ali Carter. Y'all already know. We're gonna finish up and listen to what she has to say and definitely keep on allowing her voice to spread. And when I say that it takes a village, we are the village that raises the children, because I come from a village that raised me. With that being said, peace, love, and light, like the first lady said, we will be back in the building. And of course, I can't leave y'all without
South Smooth, got the city on a vibe with that justice in the name is where the truth comes alive. From the headlines to the plot, she's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with the beat and a sound. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the
You still there? The song cut off. She might be having international tech.
let's run that back. I think we was having technical difficulties as usual. But we back with it.
City on a vibe with that justice in her name is where the truth comes alive. From the headlines to the plot, she's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with a beat and a sound. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. A calm in the storm with that urban kick. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera doll. Bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the storm with that urban kick. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. She paints a shades that aren't black or white. In the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall.
Peace, love, and light.
Peace.